Our child, it is I, Archangel Gabriel, bringing you a message regarding your mouth. There is a group in your circle who is talking about your mouth, and this is the reason your archangels in heaven are also discussing your mouth. This might sound unusual or perplexing, but allow me to explain. Your mouth is not just a physical part of you. It is a vessel of power, a gateway of words that carry life or destruction. What you speak can shift destinies, heal wounds, and create a ripple effect that extends far beyond what you can see. Do not take this lightly, beloved. You are not given your voice as a random feature. Your mouth is a sacred tool, consecrated by me from the beginning. Before I formed you in your mother's womb, I knew you. And I placed within you a tongue that would either bring glory or grief, a tongue that could align with heaven or descend into the murk of discord. I speak to you now not to frighten, but to awaken. I speak to you not with condemnation, but with holy urgency. The conversations about you, the whispers in the dark, the judgment veiled in familiarity, are not hidden from me. I hear them. I see the thoughts behind them. I watch the motives. I know who they are, and I know who you are. These voices that speculate about your words, some speak with concern, others with accusation, still others with envy. They wonder about your tone, your timing, your truthfulness. But what they cannot see is the weight of your words in the spiritual realm. Every word that falls from your lips echoes beyond the veil. Your laughter, your sorrow, your declarations of hope, or your outbursts of frustration, they do not simply evaporate. They land, they build, they wound or mend. They stir the air with invisible force. You must understand that your words are heard not only by the ears of man, but by the thrones and dominions of heaven. Angels are dispatched or restrained by what you release with your mouth. This is why the circle around you has been stirred. This is why heaven has turned its attention toward your tongue. The time has come for you to come into full awareness of the mantle upon your speech. You cannot afford to speak idly. You cannot afford to jest without discernment. You cannot afford to echo the world when I have called you to proclaim my heart. Your mouth, my child, is an altar or battlefield, and the choice belongs to you. I am not only the God of fire and thunder, I am the God of whisper and breath. I created sound before man ever heard it. I spoke light into being. I spoke the stars into place. I spoke the winds into their currents. And in my image, I created you so that your voice too would carry the potential to create. But creation requires clarity. It requires purity. And purity flows from alignment. You have asked me, why do people misunderstand me? You have cried out in moments of silence, wondering why your intentions are distorted, why your words feel heavy with misinterpretation. Listen carefully. It is not always about their ears. Sometimes it is about your foundation. When your heart is unsettled, your mouth reveals it. When your identity wavers, your words bear the tremor. When you speak without grounding in me, even truths can sting like lies. There are those who will try to tame your mouth with their standards. But I have not called you to be tamed by man. I have called you to be submitted to me. A tongue submitted to me is not silenced, it is sharpened. A voice yielded to me is not muzzled, it is magnified. You are not called to be agreeable, you are called to be aligned. And alignment will sometimes sound like thunder to the sleeping. But beware, boldness without intimacy becomes arrogance. And truth without compassion becomes a sword that slashes instead of heals. This is why I draw your attention to your mouth now. I am inviting you deeper into communion, so that you will speak from overflow, not from emptiness. Deeper into stillness, so that your voice is anchored, not reactionary. Deeper into love, so that your tongue becomes a wellspring of my mercy. Your mouth has been marked, even from birth. You were the child who spoke truths others dared not voice. You were the one whose questions unsettled false peace. You were the one whose laughter carried light in heavy rooms. Even then, the enemy noticed. Even then, he plotted, because he fears voices like yours, voices that wake sleepers, that rattle cages, that resurrect dreams long buried. There is power in your mouth, child, but with power comes weight. And you must choose each day whether your mouth will agree with heaven or echo the accuser. Will you build with me, or tear down with complaint? Will you bless or will you curse? Will you prophesy hope or perpetuate fear? The gossip about you is not your focus. Let me deal with that. I am the God who vindicates. I see what is spoken behind closed doors, and I record all. Let your response not be defense but devotion. Let your retaliation be consecration. When others discuss your mouth, let it drive you to your knees, not to arguments. Let it drive you to repentance if needed, to deeper surrender always. Do not be disheartened, child. The spotlight on your mouth is not a punishment, it is a promotion. Heaven is highlighting your voice because I am preparing to amplify it. But I cannot anoint what is unrefined. I cannot breathe on what is polluted. This is your refining. This is your moment to yield. I am cleansing your mouth like I cleansed Isaiah's, touching it with holy fire, not to burn, but to purify. For I have messages to deliver through you, and I will not allow contamination to distort my word. You have seen glimpses in dreams. You have felt stirrings while alone. You have known that your voice would matter. Now the time is approaching. I am about to call on you in ways you could not have anticipated. And your mouth will be the instrument. But it must be ready. I am watching the small conversations. I am measuring the casual remarks. I am weighing the reactions in the secret place. These are not meaningless, they are the rehearsal for what is coming. What is coming, you ask? Your voice will cross borders. Your words will enter places your feet cannot. You will speak and chains will break. You will whisper and angels will move. You will declare and the heavens will respond. But this authority only flows from intimacy, from purity, from humility. You must decrease so I may increase. You must go low so I can raise you up You must allow me to govern your speech, every syllable, every sigh. I will give you the tongue of the learned, to know how to speak a word in season to the weary. I will awaken your ear morning by morning, and I will teach you to listen before you speak. You will be swift to hear, slow to speak, slow to wrath. Not because you are passive, but because you are precise. Your words will be swords of light, not clanging cymbals. Do not fear the pruning. Do not resent the discipline. It is because you are loved that I correct. It is because I trust you with my secrets that I test you with silence. The wilderness you feel in conversation, the hesitation before you speak, is my doing. I am teaching you the weight of words. I am asking you to feel the gravity of what leaves your lips. Because, my child, I will not share my voice with bitterness. I will not echo through mouths that curse what I call blessed. Let me be your filter. Let my spirit be your editor. Before the word is formed on your tongue, surrender it to me. Ask, is this truth or tension? Is this love or pride? Is this needed or noise? And when you speak, let it be with the fragrance of heaven. Some will not understand. Some will accuse you of changing. Let them. They are not your judge. I am. And I say to you, I am pleased with your surrender. I see the battle you fight with your own thoughts. I see when you bite your tongue in restraint. I see when you repent after rashness. I see when you bless your enemies behind closed doors. These things matter to me. I see what others do not. And I am forming in you the voice of a prophet, not one who shouts for attention, but one who whispers and shakes nations. Guard your mouth, for from it flows the issues of life. Guard it not with fear, but with reverence. Speak boldly, but let your boldness be birthed in prayer. Speak truth, but let your truth be laced with grace. Speak often with me, and you will never lack what to say before men. The heavens are not indifferent to your words. The angels take notice. Demons tremble when you speak in my name. And your Father delights when your speech reflects my nature. I have not called you to eloquence, but to obedience. I have not chosen you for perfection, but for surrender. And I say now, arise. Let your lips be like the pen of a ready writer. Let your tongue be dipped in holy oil. Let your voice be thunder and dew. For I am with you, and I will fill your mouth. Now speak as one who knows whose they are. Speak as one seated in heavenly places. Speak as one wrapped in light. Speak and do not fear. For I have touched your lips, and I have called you my messenger. Speak, child, and let the world hear heaven in your voice. Our beloved child, draw near and listen. For I, the Lord your God, speak to you now, not from a distance, not in riddles or shadows, but from the very depth of my spirit to yours. I do not speak to you as strangers speak, but as a father to a beloved child, as creator to the one whom I formed in secret, whose frame I carefully crafted and breathed my breath into. You have wondered in your heart about the weight of the unseen, the mystery of what lies beyond the veil of your world. You have asked in the silence of your soul if heaven truly sees, if the realm above is truly involved in the affairs of those below. And now I answer you with clarity, with truth, and with a love that shakes the very foundations of false understanding. Yes, child. Heaven watches, heaven listens, heaven speaks. The spiritual realm is not a myth, nor is it a poetic symbol used to comfort the searching heart. It is real. It is vibrant. It is filled with life, light, movement, and purpose. The realms above are more alive than anything your eyes behold in this passing world. The things that are seen are temporary, but the things that are unseen, they are eternal. There are councils in heaven, divine assemblies, gatherings of my angels and messengers, where matters of earth are discussed not from a place of detachment, but from a place of deep involvement, purpose, and design. Do you not know that the affairs of men are not isolated from heaven? Do you not understand that every action upon the earth sends echoes into the spirit? There is not one sigh from you that I do not hear, not one word that I do not weigh, not one injustice that escapes my sight. Even now, discussions have taken place in the courts of heaven. Yes, beloved, you were spoken of. Your name, known intimately by me, was lifted before the throne not in accusation but in consideration. There was a gathering, a holy dialogue among the ones who serve me day and night without ceasing. And the topic was not only your mouth, as my messenger Gabriel told you, but the alignment of your spirit, the readiness of your soul, and the calling that rests upon your life. The angel spoke of you, not as a mere mortal stumbling in darkness, but as one marked by destiny, as one chosen for a voice in this hour. Your struggles, your growth, your wounds and triumphs all were examined through the lens of divine purpose. For nothing in your life has been wasted. Nothing is lost in me. Even your failures, your regrets, and your moments of weakness, these I have gathered. These I have woven into a tapestry that will speak of my glory. And in that heavenly discussion, I did not speak of you as one beneath judgment. I spoke of you as one beneath mercy. I declared you mine. I affirmed your calling. I whispered my plans into the ears of those who serve you, unseen, protecting and guiding. I instructed the hosts to guard you more closely, for your voice is being prepared. Your mouth is being purified, as the fire refines gold. You are being shaped not for popularity, not for ease, but for impact, deep, spiritual, world-shaking impact. The spiritual world and your world are not disconnected realms. They are interwoven. One breathes into the other. What you call reality is but a shadow of the fullness that exists beyond the veil. There is more around you than what your eyes can perceive. You walk among angels unaware. You are surrounded by things eternal. The spiritual does not pause while the natural moves, it moves with it, beneath it, through it. Your decisions awaken spiritual responses. Your worship stirs heavenly movement. Your cries summon angelic activity. You must understand this. Your life is lived not in isolation, but on a stage both seen and unseen. You are not a solitary being navigating random chaos. You are a spirit housed in flesh, anchored in time, but tethered to eternity. Every choice you make ripples across realms. When you speak life, angels are strengthened. When you bless and do not curse, you partner with heaven's agenda. When you forgive, even when it hurts, you release shackles not only from yourself, but from generations. This is why your mouth matters. This is why your heart is under pressure. Because I am forging a bridge between the two realms in you. You're not simply living for yourself. You're a portal of light, a vessel of my presence. And you are being transformed into a conduit through which my word flows into the earth. Do not think that spiritual things are far off. The veil between the worlds is thin, thinner than you know. My spirit is everywhere, not contained in temples made by hands. I am in your breath. I am in your silence. I am in your laughter and your groans. And I have placed within you the ability to hear me, to see glimpses, to discern the movement of my hand. When you sleep, your spirit does not slumber. There are nights when I carry you into heavenly places, and you dream things you cannot explain. Do not dismiss them. These are not illusions. They are invitations. I am training you even in your rest. I am opening the eyes of your spirit to see what the natural man cannot. Child, the earth groans, and so does heaven. There is a yearning in the spirit for my sons and daughters to rise in awareness. Creation itself waits for the revealing of those who know me not only in words, but in depth, in truth, in spirit. And you are one of those being called into that awareness. I am drawing you to see beyond the surface, to speak with authority, to move with discernment. Do you sense the tension in your days? Do you feel the weight in your spirit when you enter certain places? That is not your imagination. That is discernment beginning to sharpen. You are perceiving what lies beneath the surface. The arguments, the atmospheres, the unrested is not just physical. It is spiritual. And I am training your senses to recognize what is really taking place. But this training is not for spectacle. It is for stewardship. You are not called to merely see, you are called to act, to intercede, to stand in the gap. What I show you in secret is meant to be carried in prayer, not paraded for praise. The more I reveal, the more I will ask of you. The more you see, the more I will require your response. There is a war between realms, child. A war not of flesh and blood, but of principalities and powers. And though this war rages in the unseen, it affects everything you know: governments, families, relationships, minds, and hearts. But do not fear. I am not intimidated by darkness. I do not lose battles. I have already won. The cross was not merely an act of salvation. It was the cosmic victory that shattered the enemy's hold. And through that victory, I have given you access to authority. Not your own, but mine. Not your strength, but my spirit. So I say again, watch your mouth, not as a threat, but as a calling. Your words can reinforce heaven's victory or echo the despair of hell. You choose. When you declare truth, when you bless instead of curse, when you praise in pain, you partner with the throne. And when you gossip, when you slander, when you speak from pride or fear, you give the enemy ammunition. Your words are building altars, beloved. every day, every hour. You're either building altars to me or to self, to love or to judgment, to peace or to confusion. Let your speech be seasoned with salt. Let your declarations rise like incense. Let your daily talk become worship. I do not only dwell in your songs, I dwell in your whispers, your corrections, your conversations. Heaven listens when you speak. Heaven moves when you pray. The world may not applaud your obedience, but heaven records every act of faith, every word of encouragement, every silent intercession, every refusal to respond in bitterness. They are seeds in my garden, and I do not forget any of them. I want you to know this, beloved. What you bind on earth shall be bound in heaven. What you loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven. This is not poetic speech. This is covenantal reality. When you stand in me, you legislate through your prayers. You are not a victim of circumstance, you are a vessel of authority. So walk as one who knows. Speak as one who listens to the whispers of heaven. Carry yourself as one who is watched, protected, and appointed. And do not be swayed by the noise of this world. Let others mock. Let others misunderstand. Let them speak. I hear them too. And I will defend you, not because you are flawless, but because you are mine. I am calling you to deeper fellowship with me. Not just moments of prayer, but continual conversation. Let your days be a dialogue with the divine. Let your thoughts turn toward me. Invite me into your reasoning, your reactions, your responses. Speak to me when no one else hears, and I will fill your mouth when all are listening. I know the times you have failed. I know the words you wish you could take back. And I have already forgiven you. Now let me heal those places. Let me restore what was broken. Let me give you a new tone, a new tone, a new language of life. This is not the end, it is a beginning. A shift is taking place. The veil is thinning, and I am drawing you closer. I am giving dreams that will awaken destinies. I am restoring voices that were silenced by shame. I am calling forth prophets from unlikely places. And you, child, are part of this holy awakening. So speak not with fear, but with reverence. Speak not with striving, but with surrender. Speak as one who hears the voice of heaven. Speak as one who knows the worlds are connected. Speak as one who walks with me. For the kingdoms of this world are becoming the kingdoms of your God. And every voice raised in alignment with me hastens that day. Speak, child, for I am listening, and I will answer. Amen.